This video is about referencing. Now, unless you read professional or university journals, you may not have come across something like this. This is an in-text reference or in-text citation. Somebody has used this information and then they've said where it comes from. If we go to the end of the work, we can find that same person referenced here and the full information of how to find where it came from. One place high school students are likely to find referencing is in Wikipedia. Wikipedia uses footnote referencing or endnote referencing, where all the references are at the end of the page and they're shown by numbers in the text. Now, Wikipedia is not always reliable, but they do try to reference, and their referencing is usually pretty good because they use footnotes, and if you hover over the reference, you can see where it came from. So it's a mixture of both footnote and in-text referencing. Perhaps the hardest thing for students to learn about referencing is what to reference. Obviously, if you've used the exact words or got a picture from somewhere, you know you have to reference that. But sometimes, if the words are not direct, they've been paraphrased or summarized, you still need to reference them. Let's look at a direct quote. Here, in inverted commas, the contribution and suffering of all those who served. That's this one here from Anzac Day today, the New Zealand government. If I click up here, I can actually search for the word contribution, and there it is there. The contribution and suffering of all those who served. That is a direct, exact quote, and the person has referenced it correctly. The other type of reference is paraphrased or summarized. So here, not in inverted commas, the dawn service held at the Sydney Cenotaph in 1928 can lay claim to be the first of a continuous tradition. Now, if I click this file here, fact file origins of Anzac Day dawn service, I can look at that. And if I do a search for 1928, I'll see it appears that from 1928 Sydney may have had the first service, and there's 1928 again in Sydney and 1928 again in Sydney. But it doesn't say the exact words that is in the Anzac Day Wikipedia page. So that's a paraphrase or summary. I'll also point out that pictures are also referenced. Anything can be referenced. A table, a quote, a song. Here I'll click on this picture and Wikipedia tells me when it was taken, where it's at, and the name of the person who made it, and if it's copyright or not. So let's look at what we need to cite. If you quote two or more words, you have to cite. If you're introducing facts that you found in a source, so it's a journal or newspaper, you cite. If you're paraphrasing or summarizing ideas or interpretations, you cite it. If you're introducing something which is not common knowledge, cite it. Now, if you're doing a history assignment, it's common knowledge that World War I was from 1914 to 1918. What isn't common knowledge is that Sydney might be the longest Anzac Day continuous service, so you need to cite that. In summary, if you didn't come up with the idea, you should say where you got it from. Singleton High School uses APA style, and we used Microsoft Word to create the bibliographies and in-text citations. But first, you need to know what referencing is and how to do it. I hope this video helps. Thank you.